Overcoming challenges leads to success. It's an undertaking we all experience. We all have our mountains. But for some of our Dubuque Community School District community, facing adversity is a daily climb.
Have you ever been through 40 surgeries and procedures? Have you spent 95% of your life in a hospital?
I've been lucky enough to really be able to live pretty much independently. And I know a lot of people with cerebral palsy, that's not the case.
The journey towards the summit of any mountain begins with the right attitude. These particular students have that attitude.
I don't think of myself being different. I think of myself just being normal. I can do anything anyone else can do. Like, I don't have any limitations.
This is Allie. When she was born, her family knew her diagnosis of spina bifida would impact her mobility. How and when she would take her first steps? If she would take her first steps. The membranes around Allie's spinal cord did not develop correctly, but today she walks with the assistance of crutches.
I've never been able to use my legs in my life.
Spina bifida says she can't run off with her friends, but the fact is, she does. With the assistance of adaptive sports equipment, Allie can become the ambitious athlete she is.
Come on, Allie. I'm very competitive. I do most things other people can do. Like, I play a bunch of other sports besides racing, and so I don't really think it holds me back from doing things.
Down the hall from Allie is Christopher Turnus. Here you see him in class, but the number of days in the classroom may not live up to the number of days he has spent in the hospital.
I can get all the schoolwork from all my teachers and stuff, but then I can't be with all my friends, I can't socialize. I'm basically stuck in a hospital bed.
Born with posterior urethral valve disorder, Christopher's body had a hard time eliminating its waste. Then, at age 3, he was diagnosed with eosinophilic esophagitis, which can cause severe reaction from eating certain foods. Because of this, Christopher grew up with a restricted diet, feeding tubes, and a kidney transplant. He will always be dealing with the effects of his diagnosis and adapt to social surroundings. But he won't adapt or change his aspirations to succeed just like any of his peers.
My doctors, my teachers, my family members, even my friends say, don't let this hold you back. And so I just don't let it. I kind of want to be a kidney doctor because I've had a kidney disease for my whole entire life, and I kind of want to learn more about it and how to cope with it.
Rising to life's challenges is a life commitment for both our students and staff. For our students, it's about continuing to dream, but for our staff, it's about living their dream.
The biggest limitation is right between my ears. It's not down my leg, it's right between my ears. It's my attitude. I see no reason to quit. I'm in good health otherwise, and got my leg. Have leg will travel, right? Have leg will teach.
In the classroom, Mrs. Fiedler is in her 13th year of teaching. And just a couple of years ago, she made the life-altering decision to amputate her leg after sustaining a broken tibia caused by healing issues from radiation damage received from the removal of a cancerous lump. Life-altering didn't mean career-altering. She was motivated to step back into teaching. Learning to walk with a different step, Mrs. Fiedler continues to teach primary skills that are foundational to our students' education.
I've shed a lot of tears, but I've also shed a lot of tears laughing. Every day is precious. They don't see me as a handicapped or as disabled. They just see me as a teacher.
Different. That's all life has to be if challenged with adversity. Embracing the difference and achieving his goals is assistive technology teacher Matthew Kennedy.
So can we try out the keyboard?
Cerebral palsy doesn't define who he is or limit what he does, just how he does it.
That was one of the reasons why I got into the teaching profession, is to really show kids that you can overcome your limitations. I think sometimes people assume that you won't be able to do this and steer you away from something, when in reality, I'm perfectly capable of doing that particular task.
Matthew's career is dedicated to assisting students with disabilities by connecting them with the technology that eases their experience in the traditional learning environment. Through this position, he hopes to inspire students with a familiar experience to his become what they want to be.
The big thing for students is to dream big and don't let that disability get you down, because if you want to go be a doctor, then go push to be a doctor. If you want to be an engineer, go push to be an engineer.
Life has no less value, no smaller dreams, and no fewer expectations for these individuals. For them, they choose to serve as examples of how to live life without limitations.